Hi guys, Sally Galvin here from Perth, WA. Just wanting to get in and give you a little bit more of the MindFit Kids Academy and the Mind Mastery Project. Wanting to talk to you today about overcoming anxious thoughts or anxiety or nervousness. And, you know, especially with COVID-19 and its impact it's been having on... Hi James, how you going? Nice to see you. Hi mate, how you going, BJ? I think that's how I pronounce your name. Excuse me if I'm wrong. Nice to see you guys. I'm covering today overcoming anxiety or nervous thoughts or nervousness. And with the rising levels of anxiety before, let's not even talk about COVID. Hi Scott, how you doing mate? Nice to see you guys, nice to see you. Before COVID, anxiety levels in children, well in adults as well, but I'm talking in kids, was on the rise, okay? And God forbid, suicide rates were on the rise. And then COVID's hit. Nobody really knows what is going on, to be absolutely honest, but we'll find out in due course. But I'm having a guess anxiety's gone up and, depression, suicide, anxiety, nervousness, the whole lot has all risen. I'd say it's risen substantially because of COVID-19. And anyway, so I'm wanting to get in and give you guys a little nugget that I learned when I was representing Australia at the Australian Institute of Sport, and I learned it on a sports-based level. And I have learned over time to put it together and implement it into my daily life. And it's made all the difference. And I teach my kids this as well. And in the program, I teach lots of kids all over the world now, actually. It's pretty amazing, this. But I'm wanting to give it to you guys for free. Neural pathways, it's backed by science. It's one of my favourite things to understand the importance of neural pathways. So a neural pathway is like a road between two pieces on a map. Actually, check that out. I just thought about that. I didn't have that organised, but there's a map behind us. So two cities on a map and a road between it. That's the neural pathway. Hi, Sandra. How you going? How you going, Sandy? Nice, Beck. How you doing? So a neural pathway is the road between two cities or two main areas, okay, on a map. Hi Mark, how you doing? Nice to see you. And what we can do is through visualization, you can create neural pathways. So let's backtrack slightly. A neural pathway is something that is made between two parts within your brain once you have completed something. So if you've never done something before, or if you are attempting something unknown, then there is no neural pathway built. And the body's natural reaction is to feel nervous or overwhelmed or anxious. And that's where anxiety comes. When you are unsure, when the neural pathway has not been developed. So for me, right, I take things back to sports all the time. If I'm wanting to, if I'm about to go and play a big match or a big grand final and I've never played in this big arena before, there's so many more people, there is so much more pressure, the stakes are high, you've been working so hard to get to this and you're nervous, naturally nervous. But when it comes to the level then when you're really anxious, and the story I write actually in Dream Mastery is about one of my sons actually, who actually gets serious stomach cramps. Well, he has before a big game, and it can actually make you physically sick. To overcome that, to overcome those anxious thoughts, if you visualize how to do it before you go out there. So if you sit, shut your eyes, and think about the outcome that you want, what it feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, what it looks like, what it sounds like in as many senses as you can. Hi, you guys. Nice to see all you guys jumping on. Great to see you. If you can visualize that, then it actually tricks your brain into thinking your body's done it before. And it builds the neural pathway. And so then when you actually go out to perform that, whatever it is, kick the goal, play the grand final, score the basketball, then your anxiety drops, your anxiousness levels drop, and your and you feel more confident doing it because your body actually thinks it's done it before. Because there's a neural pathway, and the more you do it, the more the pathway is built, and the less anxious or the less nervous you will feel. So the more you do it, the more the pathway is built, and the less anxious and the less nervous you will feel. I repeated that because it was so important. Because if you just visualize it once, that's one little tiny track. There's one little tiny track over the back here. One little tiny track. But if you do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it builds a good path. It's a good track. It's like a, well, hell, you know, like when we're talking about basketball shots, it's like a freeway, fully built, fully surfaced. And so the neural pathways, it's there. It's so important. In fact, I was actually writing one of my stories for later on in the program, and I was doing some research, and I was reading about some studies done in America on basketballers. So they had a group of, like a team, and they split it into 3 groups. And over 30 days, they trained. One group shot hoops from the 3-point line. One group shot hoops, X amount of hoops, same amount for 30 days every day. One group didn't shoot hoops. They thought about shooting hoops. X amount of times, they made it all as constant as they could, but they didn't actually physically shoot the hoops. They thought about it for 30 days, okay? Day in, day out. And then the third group of basketballers didn't do either. They didn't physically shoot the hoops, and they didn't visualize shooting the hoops. They just did nothing. The results were 27% increase from those guys that were physically shooting the hoops, improvement in shots in accuracy, 27% increase. The middle guys, the guys that visualized but actually didn't shoot the hoops, those guys had a 23% increase in accuracy. They hadn't even shot a hoop in 30 days. They'd thought about it. And then the other guys had actually had a decrease in their accuracy. I can't remember the statistics, but see the power of visualization? And if we can get those neuro pathways, like big, like fully surfaced freeways, for every aspect of our life that makes us nervous or anxious, then it's going to reduce our anxiety because our body's not going to be on alert thinking that we're going to die. That's how it works. I thought that was a really cool freebie I'd give you guys because, well, it's important, and like, couldn't we teach our kids it? Just on a basic level? Couldn't we just, you know, my son, he plays football, and he has been trying out for a team, a state team actually, a junior development team, and he gets so nervous. And actually his game reduced because of his nervousness. So I've helped him with neural pathways, visualization, and he runs out onto the field now with a few things that he does, and he's confident, and he plays his normal, wonderful football, and he actually did make the development team. So I write about that in the story. But anyway, neural pathways, visualization is the hack to reduce anxiety. And if we can use it in elite sport, we can use it in any sport. We can just use it in football down the road here, or basketball in America. We can use it for everyday life. Yeah, we can use it for kids learning to, like, well, not apparently, but if you look up the stats, people they fear death less than they fear public speaking. Yeah, how's about that? Like, people fear death less than they fear public speaking. But if you could visualize yourself or teach your children to visualize things like public speaking or debates or doing a test or doing exams, if they could visualize it, the outcome they want, themselves doing it, it'll reduce the anxiety about it, and they'll be able to think clearer and make good decisions. So I hope that helps. I really hope that helps. That's part of the Mind Mastery Project, which I'm very proud of. But anyway, I hope that helps with you guys. And if you think that that's going to help somebody else, then share on my video. If you've got some questions in there, please ask. They're not coming up on my Facebook Live, so I can't answer them now. But if you flick them through to me on here, I would love to help you. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao for now.